Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight, Thursday, October 25th, 2012, Championship Thursday. We had, of course, 4 championship matches. They said 3, but there were 4 championship matches tonight. Overall, my thoughts on tonight's Impact, decent one. Great main event tonight. Of course, building a storyline involving Ace and Ace. And I also want to say thanks Ace and Ace for not interfering during the main event after they did. Also, we had a couple matches made for Turning Point. Well, one match made for Turning Point. A possible match made for Turning Point. And also matches made for next week, which will be Open Fight Night. Now, we kick off Championship Thursday with a championship match, as RVD defended the X Division Championship for the first time, of course, the new champion, defending it once again against Zima Iron in a Bound for Glory rematch. With Jeremy Borash and Jeremy Kenley doing the first hour of Impact tonight, Jeremy and Devil doing the first hour, Taz and Mike Tenay doing the second hour. A decent way to open up, a couple high-flying moves. RVD was very good tonight. Zima Iron, of course, people say botched a lot, but he had a great springboard backward splash thing on the top, out on the outside on RVD. Great move by that. But it was, of course, RVD who indeed got the victory. Retained the TNA X Division Championship by nailing, of course, the 5-star frog splash and victory for RVD. So his feud with Zima Iron may have ended with, of course, RVD getting the victory tonight. But a new feud has just begun, as after his match against Zima, here comes Joey Ryan and Matt Morgan doing his dirty business. Of course, Morgan's alongside Joey Ryan. He attacked RVD, and Joey Ryan shoved the X Division title in RVD's face, wanting a shot. Of course, Joey Ryan did claim later on he wants a title shot. So who knows? Maybe we'll see a title shot between Joey Ryan and RVD either at Turning Point, or maybe Joey Ryan may challenge him next week on Open Fight Night. But probably a title match is imminent between that douchebag Joey Ryan and RVD for the X Division Championship. Of course, with Matt Morgan being a little security guard for Mr. Joey Ryan. Speaking of douchebags who don't deserve to get a title shot in TNA, on with our next championship match, which involved Robbie T. It always goes like this. When there's a new TV champion, those two knuckleheads have to get a fucking title shot. Usually, Robbie E gets it first, and then Robbie E's little bodyguard, Robbie T, gets it next. So last week it was Robbie E getting his ass whipped by Samoa Joe for the television title. Now it's Robbie T's turn to get his ass whipped by Samoa Joe. Different guy, same ending. Joe really killed him. Of course, he killed Robbie E, whatever you want to call him, with the Nikita Clutch after Muscle Buster victory for Samoa Joe. And once again against the Knuckleheads that are Robbie E and T. Hopefully they stay out of the way and they don't get any more fucking title shots against Joe or any other person who gets the television title in the future. They always get title shots. It's like they need to get fired, or at least Robbie E needs to get fired. Robbie E and Joey Ryan are the two biggest douchebags in TNA right now, and both do not only do they not deserve to be in TNA, they don't even deserve to get title shots. Of course, Joey Ryan will get the X Division title shot probably against RVD either next week or during the pay-per-view Turning Point. Now, on to our next segment, which of course started the elimination process for Hulk Hogan. Of course, 4 men. He would have to choose from one to indeed choose one to face off against Jeff Hardy for the TNA World title this evening. 4 men he was choosing between was Kurt Angle, James Storm, Mr. Anderson, and Bully Ray. Now, the first eliminated was Mr. Anderson because he didn't have the same amount of fire as the other guys. He was just saying, I'm not going to pander to you like everybody else. Like saying, oh, I deserve the title because of this, blah, 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 blah. So Anderson left, and he confronted backstage by Austin Aries, who was a peeping Tom backstage. Of course, Austin Aries doesn't have to babble for Hogan. He has his own title shot. Of course, he declared at the end of the evening where he would get the title shot, the rematch for the title. Of course, Aries confronted Anderson backstage, saying, Anderson, I'm a bigger asshole than you, which led to our next match between Austin Aries and Mr. Anderson. Before I get to that, I forgot to mention another segment involving the new tag team champions. Speaking of rematches, Kaz and Daniels wants a rematch against Hernandez and Chavo Guerrero. Probably another match, probably set for Turning Point, probably next week between Kaz and Daniels, who are begging for a rematch, having a petition. But Chavo and Hernandez will give them a title rematch. I'm guessing Turning Point for that as well. So while we wait for that, like I said, next match is Austin Aries taking on Mr. Anderson. Decent matchup between these guys. Austin Aries, Mr. Anderson, kind of a back and forth matchup. The ending was kind of a screwy ending, kind of a silly ending. Anderson had breast knocks. He was kind of teasing it throughout the match, but he didn't use it. However, Austin Aries laid the blame on Anderson, and he nailed Anderson with the breast knocks, which of course gave him the victory after a cheap move like that, getting the breast knocks. Kind of a weird ending to that matchup. It was a decent matchup, but the ending kind of ruined it for me. It was kind of a weird, silly ending. With Austin Aries using the breast knocks, kind of cheating, but stupidly cheating with the breast knocks, kind of like weird situation with Anderson going on top of him. And then, of course, Aries getting the final pin of the victory, sending a big message to the TNA champion, whoever it will be, for the big night tonight. Of course, Aries wants to get that rematch. Of course, like I said, he would reveal the time and place for the rematch at the end of the evening. Now, with our next match, which was another rematch for Bound for Glory, second rematch of Bound for Glory for the evening, it was Miss Tessmacher getting a rematch for the Knockouts Championship against Tara. Now, Tessmacher looked like she was going to get the victory. Tara did okay. It is okay Knockouts matchup. Of course, they wrestled. I already say that. Sound like a broken record. But Tara got a little help from a little boy toy, Jesse. Because Jesse from Big Brother kind of interfered as the referee got distracted by Tara. Of course, Tara and Terrell. Tessmacher was going for a move, but Jesse pulled the rope down to let Tessmacher out of the ring. Had a little distraction. Helped Tara nail the Widow's Peak in the victory for her retaining her TNA and Women's Knockouts Championship. And just as Tara and Jesse were having a little makeup session, Bulk Hogan came down to the ring to kind of spoil the party, announcing the first of many matches set for next week's Open Fight Night. Now, of course, we all know ODB defeated Tara last week in a non-title match, Tara's first match as a Knockouts champion, and we would assume that ODB would like to challenge Tara for the Knockouts championship, especially next week on Open Fight Night. Well, ODB is going to challenge somebody all right at Open Fight Night, Brooks said, but not Tara. Jesse! Yes, ODB kind of flirted with Jesse last week, so now it's official. ODB will challenge Jesse next week during Open Fight Night. And that wasn't the only match set for Open Fight Night tonight, as of course we have a little situation involving Aces and Eights. Now, of course, we had 3 guys left in the debate with Hogan. We had Storm, Angle, and Bully Ray. Bully Ray's focus on Devon and not the world title made him the second man eliminated. And Bully Ray said, I don't mind Hogan not getting a title shot. This is more important. So Devon got called out by Bully Ray. Want to know why? Not some bullshit reason. So Bully Ray called out Devon, who came out full on army mode, with, of course, Aces and Eights joining him. And before that, of course, they nailed a little dartboard and a little dartboard aiming at a target. We would find out that target, that victim, as they would say, later on in the evening. But it wasn't Bully Ray who was the target tonight, but it will be next week. So, but Bully Ray said, Devon, I turned your back on you, Devon, because of course, Devon saying, the reason this ain't between me and you, Bully. It's between me and Hogan for turning his back on me, for not supporting me, blah, 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 blah. But Bully Ray says, it is between me and you, because it was my fault that you went back, because of course, we all know Team 3D broke up 2 years ago after Bully Ray attacked him. When he became Bully Ray at that point, instead of Brother Ray, Bully Ray. That's how Bully Ray was born, after breaking up Team 3D with Brother Devon. So we had Bully Ray saying, Devon, I never told anyone this. Here's the reason why I turned my back on you. You don't care about the fans. That's what Devon said backstage, and he admitted to it. He doesn't like the fans, blah, 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 blah. And Devon and Bully Ray wanted to fight, especially Bully Ray. It's like, Devon, time for talking's over. We want to fight. Fight tonight. But Devon said, on my time. Well, it'll be Bully Ray's time, as Bully Ray challenged Devon without the Aces and Eights for Open Fight Night. So we had 2 Open Fight Night matches made. ODB and Jesse, Bully Ray and Devon. Plus, we got Guncheck returning next week for Open Fight Night. some guy who was Joey Mookie's ex-partner in TNA. So we'll see what goes out next week during Open Fight Night for that occasion. But while we prepare for next week's Open Fight Night with 3 matches made, on with our next match, which was the main event of the evening, as it was the choice of Hulk Hogan, either Kurt Angle or James Storm, the final 2 guys Hogan had to choose from, to take on the reigning and new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Hardy. Now Hogan said the choice was Kurt Angle. So James Storm did not get a title shot tonight, but Hogan said something big for you, Storm. We would probably find that out next week. So that's what Hogan said. He's got something big for James Storm. Great main event tonight between Angle and Hardy. They wrestled many times in TNA and, of course, in WWE. Great main event tonight. Very back and forth action. Angle and Jeff Hardy. Great athletic wrestling tonight between these 2 guys. Glad no one had to spoil the party by interfering. Very close near falls. Of course, many attempts at the twist of fate. And, of course, the Angle slam from Angle. Got the suplexes and everything. But, of course, in the end, Jeff Hardy got the victory as Angle was ready to deliver another Angle slam following his attack on Hardy in the ringside area. Angle got countered by Hardy with a sunset flip and a 1-2-3 victory. Jeff Hardy retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in a great main event against Kurt Angle. Of course, the fans were chanting, "This is awesome." Indeed, it was an awesome matchup. But indeed, I'm glad no one interfered during the match. Glad no one spoiled the matchup. But after the match, that's when the attacks took place. First, following the replay, Austin Aries came down and attacked Jeff Hardy. Now that Jeff Hardy retained the TNA World Heavyweight Championship tonight against Kurt Angle, Austin Aries, like I said, declared at the end of the show after his attack on Hardy where he would face Hardy in a rematch. And as I predicted last week, it will be Turning Point. So it'll be Turning Point, Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries in a rematch for the TNA Heavyweight Championship. But then after that attack, we saw another attack. As I mentioned earlier, Ace and Ace had a little dartboard. They were aiming at a target, their little victim for the evening. Where it turned out the victim was Kurt Angle. Following the Austin Aries attack on Jeff Hardy, we went backstage and saw Kurt Angle being attacked by Devon and all of Ace and Ace before being ran out by RVD and the rest of the TNA roster. So I know Bully Ray is going to challenge Devon next week for Open Fight Night, but I would not be surprised if Kurt Angle once again that fray too after getting jumped by Ace and Ace tonight. So that's how we end Impact with Jeff Hardy retaining the TNA Championship over Austin Aries. Not Austin Aries, but Kurt Angle being attacked by Austin Aries. And a match made for Turning Point between them two. And Angle getting attacked by Ace and Ace in a decent Impact tonight. So like I mentioned, we got 2 matches. 1 match made for Turning Point. And a possible match. Jeff Hardy, Austin Aries, official for Turning Point. We see a feud building between Joey Ryan and RVD after Joey Ryan and Matt Morgan attacked RVD tonight. So Joey Ryan, the douchebag, we're probably going to shout against RVD at Turning Point. If not, next week for Open Fight Night, which of course will feature ODB versus Jesse. Of course, Tails of the Boy Toy. Devon against Bully Ray, as I mentioned. And Gut Check returns. So these are the Impact tonight. And see what happens next week for Open Fight Night. That is it for my TNA Impact Wrestling review for this evening. I'll see you all later. With that in mind, you have all been attacked by the review. Well, I'm Zach. Thank you all so much for watching. Go Detroit Tigers in the World Series today. Hope they get a victory tonight. So see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah.